Well, hey there folks, Dub here. We're back with another video, and what I'm doing, I had gone on to Alpha Outpost site. I check in with them every now and again. I had a subscription through them at one point in time when my Prepper Gearbox subscription had ran out, and they had kind of transferred that, rolled it over to them, and I was getting those boxes. I think I got like maybe 10 or 11 months of those boxes because I'd signed up for a full year with Prepper as it closed down. But when Prepper did close down, they did send me a jumbo box. If you've never seen that video, go check it out. It's one of the earlier ones that I've done. It was a big just kind of random box full of fun stuff. So that was interesting. And then I also got my subscription fulfilled through Alpha. So Alpha isn't necessarily my favorite. I mean, if Alpha isn't my favorite subscription company, they do have some decent boxes and things they put together. I'm not always a fan of their brandedness and the type of quality of products they use, but I do like the company. I do like to support them to some degree if I can, so I do like to go and hop on and get some of the boxes I think look reasonable when they're on sale. So the Outback, and I cannot remember what the name of this box was off the top of my head just now, but I'll put it in the description if I don't see it when I open it up. But I'm going to open these up real quick and just show you what these ones are. So this one has the name on it. It says Outback right there, and this one's already kind of open. But these aren't really big mysteries. You could go probably find videos on these, or just go onto their website and look at the contents there anyways. So I'm just going to take them out and see what I think about it. So, first bit out of the box, I guess. Alright. So all that just goes in one larger bag, which that works. And this is kind of what I talk about. This is what I mean. Like if you were to wear this as a backpack, as I assume a person could, it then obviously advertises Alpha's brand, which I mean isn't necessarily a negative thing, but it just seems kind of heavy that they do it like on everything. So here's a bit of a canteen. I actually kind of like that goat patch, or that mountain animal there. I kind of like that one. That's fun. This is a plastic canteen, so obviously you wouldn't be wanting to put anything hot in there or heating up over anything with this. Why does this feel heavier than it feels like it should? And it doesn't want to come out of here. Oh! Well, there we go. That's kind of cool. I guess I should know this. I had seen all these things, but I hadn't quite researched it too much. Oh, there we go. But, so, I suppose not a problem there with the plastic nature so much of the canteen cup, as it does come with, or sorry, as the canteen itself being plastic, as it does come with a cup and a stove unit here, if you can separate them. There we go. All right. So you can get a little fire going underneath that, obviously. Get the cup on it, you could warm it up, and that way if you did have some water and you're making something with it, if you're heating up an MRE or even just some top ramen or whatever you're doing, making a coffee, so those nest together pretty well. That fits in there. I have other versions of these that are a little more expensive, but as far as getting the job done, I mean, it seems like it would. It's pretty lightweight. I like it for what that is. All right, and it all goes into this pouch here, which is is fairly robust. It does have these clips on here. I'm not familiar with this type of clip, but it does look like you could probably pop that onto some MOLLE attachments if you needed to. And again, it has on the sewn bits anyway, so you could always figure out something if you had to. Maybe, I guess that could go on your belt as well. That might be a little bit painful. I don't know. Okay, so moving on from the canteen there, what do we got next? Some paperwork in here, looks like. Oh, it's not paperwork, something else. There's paperwork. Alright, so there's some kind of a sale and an advert. Talks about how to use the canteen stove right there. And then there's a little, looks like a little match to light with. So what is this little deal here? Is that the match bit? Okay, yeah, so that is one of those deals there. It's got one of these kind of little key, knife, scissory tool things. It has a little Phillips bit on there. Let's see if I can remember how to open these things up. Don't want to cut myself because if memory serves, they're actually pretty sharp. Yeah, no, I can't remember how to open it up. But these things do open up, and there are a little bit of scissors. Maybe if I took it off this keychain bit. And then, of course, this keychain bit here is one of those strikeable, reusable matches. It's kind of like an old school cigarette lighter where you put some fluid on it, and then you've got this little bit here with a little sparker and a little bit of fuse, so you can take it out, strike it, reuse it. I guess that would be a little bit of a ferro rod in there that it strikes against, and that lights this bit on fire. You can add, in this picture they show, obviously, using some Zippo fluid. It's quality fluid that I've used before as well. And dang it if I cannot remember what the trick is to getting this little thing open. But like I said, being that I have messed with these before and I do know this thing is sharp, I don't want to hurt myself. All right, well, I'm not going to waste any more of your time with that, but it does have a little semi-serrated bit there as far as the blade. I mean, it would just be for cutting, you know, string and small things. Oh, there we go. All right, so you just put a little bit of pressure across it. I think I had to just crack it loose at least once. And then you do have that bit of a blade. You can cut some, like say, rope or string. It's not terribly sharp, but it's better than, you know, nothing at all. You do have what looks to be a bit of bottle opener, a Phillips end. And then once you do close it up, you could attach it to a keychain or a key ring of some sort. And what's the last thing here? All right. What we got going on? This appears to be, I think, if I remember correctly, I want to say this is it a whoopee? Is that how that's pronounced? I think so. I believe that's what these are called. And I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, that's what the little kid on Mr. Mom was calling his blanket, and that may be why these are called that. I can't remember which direction it goes. If he was calling his little blanket that, and so that's why in the military they call it that, or the reverse is true. I want to say the movie influenced the name of it. But yeah, I think this is a blanket. It has tie downs. You can do quite a bit of things with it. You could make it into, you know, kind of a tent system. It's a blanket. It could be sun cover. A lot of things a person could do with that. All right, so there's this one here. We've got the small hand tools, the match and the keychain bit, our card, and the canteen cook setup. And I think these were, at the time I bought these, it was like 19 and 15 bucks respectively, something like that. So for what you're getting for that price, I liked what they were. For the subscription price, I don't know. That's what I mean. That's why I like to go on, and if they're on sale, there's some kind of cool stuff. And again, maybe that's not stuff you ever really use yourself, but you got a buddy wants to go camping with you. Boom. Tell you what, for a few bucks, I got some gear. I don't care if you tear it up. And it's, you know, definitely usable, at least for sometimes. All right, we'll open this one up. I can't remember exactly what this one was called, but maybe it'll have the little card or the name here for us. That one is the Outback. And this here, oh, there's some kind of card. Hideout, I guess. That's what they call this one, is a hideout. So it talks about how to camp under the stars. Very certain things there, like consider your sun contact. Leave no trace. Okay, some pretty straightforward, obvious things there. All right. So first thing out of the pack here, this thing has a little bit of weight to it. I think this is that tent system. And of course, it says Alpha, it says Hideout on it. So no one would ever not know that was the company in which you bought through. So I can hear some stakes in there, so obviously we have some accessories. Like I said, I was pretty sure this was a little tent cover setup. In fact, it even shows on the design right there is a little tent. Okay, so you do have some cordage. You have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 6, angled tent stakes you could tie those down with. And the tent material itself, it's got a zippered portion to it. And it does feel to be kind of like a nylon waterproof tent-like material. It's fairly lightweight, but because there is quite a bit of it, it does have some weight. You can tell that it's somewhat durable. I don't see it being anything like a ripstop. Again, it's just, nylon, so you would want to take care of that. But an emergency kind of little pop-up tent. All right, stick that right there, that right there. Look at this bit here. Again, labeled, but we'll open this up, and this appears to be, it's got kind of like a waterproof portion right here, and it's like a kind of a sleep mat, or you can put it down, picnic mat, whatever you want to call it. But that's, we've seen things like this before. This does seem to kind of have a ripstop looking stuff to it. That could just be the woven pattern of it as well. But you can put this down, you can waterproof your area, obviously, you do tent setup, and then you're not sitting in soggy ground. What is left in here? Oh, of course, they got their patch. I actually like that one. I don't love the patches a lot of times, but that one's not bad. I like the colors. What else? I feel like there's something else in here. There's something else in here. Something small. Is this a hand towel or something? All right. Oh, no. Okay, this is an inflatable pillow. There you go. So it's a little mouth hole. It's slightly felted. You can just kind of puff that up. I know from other boxes, like a Karen box and such, we've gotten pillowcases that can go on these. Sometimes the cases have like, you know, some nice down to it and whatnot. So basic little pillow, can fluff it up, put a case on it, and then you've got your blanket, your tent, and your pillow. So you're fully good, ready to go camping. All right. So if you combined these two together, you had, you know, it's kind of redundant, but the Whoopee could be just your blanket, or that could be your ground blanket and your tent. You got a canteen, cook setup. So all in all, like I said, I think I picked this stuff up for 20 bucks for one and 15 for the other, something like that. So for 35 bucks, again, you almost have a full camp setup for a buddy that you want to go out and just, you know, have a weekend or whatever and say, hey, take this stuff, didn't cost me a bunch. And as long as it makes it back, you got it again for the next time. All right, folks, this is Dub, signing off. I'll catch you on the next time.